This is a new day. This is a new day full of sound, light, and expectation. This day has been waiting for you. This day has been waiting especially for you, to embrace you, to guide you. This day has been waiting with open arms just for you. This is the day that we have been given. Let's not waste it. Come now and let us worship together. We begin in our teal hymnal with hymn number 1008. That's 1008. When our heart is in a holy place. Please rise as you are willing and able.
When our heart is in a holy place, when our heart is in a holy place, we are dressed with love and amazing grace, when our heart is in a holy place. When we trust the wisdom in each of us, every color, every creed and kind, and we see our faces in each other's eyes, then our heart is in a holy place. When our heart is in a holy place, when our heart is in a holy place, we are blessed with love and amazing grace, when our heart is in a holy place. When we tell our story from deep inside, and we listen with a loving mind, and we hear our voices in each other's words, then our heart is in a holy place. When our heart is in a holy place, when our heart is in a holy place, we are blessed with love and amazing grace, when our heart is in a holy place. When we share the silence of sacred space.
Good morning. My name is Kathleen Hogue. I'm the Director of Religious Exploration here at UUYO, and for today, I am your worship leader. Let me point out the exits, the back door, the side door over here, just in case you were expecting to hear Reverend Joseph and want to leave. Okay. So we are so happy that you can be with us today, whether it is on Facebook, Zoom, later on YouTube, or right here in person. What a joy it is to be together. Children will be remaining with us here during the service today. Kids, please help yourself quietly to the toys in the back. There are books and activity packs in the back of the sanctuary. Just do it quietly and remember to return them when you're done. Faith is a journey that we take together. Religious exploration takes a lifetime and can happen anywhere. We receive knowledge from many sources and from many people who may come into our lives for just a flicker of time or who are with us for a lifetime. I'd like to quote J.K. Rowling. This is the Hogwarts school song that I'm not going to sing, and it is said that the children all sang in their own tune. Hogwarts, Hogwarts, Hoggywarts, Hoggywarts. Teach us something, please, whether we be old and bald or young with scabby knees. Our heads could do with filling with some interesting stuff, for now they're bare and full of air, dead flies and bits of fluff. So teach us things worth knowing. Bring back what we forgot. Just do your best, we'll do the rest, and learn until our brains all rot. So I have a few announcements. The Constitution Discussion Group meets today following the service at 12:30 in Schweitzer Lounge. The group is led by Bob Seibald, who says, We completed the Sixth Amendment at the last meeting. This time we will start with Amendment 7 and try to complete the Bill of Rights with Amendment X. Come and join us in this lively discussion. And this is the last Sunday of the month, which means on the last Sunday of the month, UUYO's Ash in the back there would love to share a yoga practice with you. Classes are open to all bodies and all students. Please inform Ash before class of any restrictions or limitations. So that is today in Channing Hall at 6 p.m. And join us right here for an after-election gathering on Wednesday, November the 6th at 7 p.m., no matter what happens, right here in Channing Hall and on Zoom. And now Michael is going to do our chalice lighting.
Good morning. I'm Michael Condor, and I welcome you to UUYO. We as Unitarian Universalists draw our wisdom not from a singular book or philosophy, but from learning from many books and seeking our own truth through the exploration of and interaction with the world around us. It is so fundamental in our values that it is included in our covenant to seek the truth in love. And it is in this spirit that Kathleen will be leading the youth in a Hogwarts Academy based on the Harry Potter book series by J.K. Rowling. Although J.K. Rowling imagined and wrote about a magical world that many of us, including myself, have enjoyed, she is not a woman to admire or emulate. She has publicly and repeatedly spread transphobic hate speech and claimed that trans rights would somehow hinder or undo feminist gains. J.K. Rowling imagined a world where any witch or wizard's wildest dreams can come true. But somehow, she can't imagine a world with a seemingly magical gender-affirming care that could save the lives of people who statistically have a higher rate of suicide. J.K. Rowling may have written the Harry Potter series, but she does not understand the world she has created as much as the fans do. She does not seem to understand the lessons that we learn from the series, things like inclusion, morality, and understanding. The inclusion of mudbloods into the school did not hinder the community of witches and wizards. It strengthened it. Seeking the truth in love sometimes means separating the art from the artist. Because just as any two people may see a piece of art as meaning completely different things, the writer, too, as the artist, holds no power or control over the personal truth their book reveals to you. Art is in the eye of the beholder. Literature and their characters take on a life of their own. We can enjoy the entertaining world J.K. Rowling imagined and learn the lessons within without condoning her trans-exclusionary rhetoric. Voldemort is not a misunderstood hero. His destructive nature and corrosive words did nothing but infect and corrupt the world around him. That kind of hateful rhetoric, time and time again, brings us to the verge of destruction. And to accept that kind of hate as excusable is to accept that things will never get better. If you haven't already, I urge you to vote if you are able, because this kind of transphobic hate has been overwhelming this election season. Today, we light this chalice in that spirit of seeking truth in love. And now we invite you all to greet your neighbor. Listen for the bell. That will cue when it's over.
Tom, I guess you just didn't like that song, did you? I was just still singing. taking care of my sister and my mom. Oh, you're good now. All right, here we go. Hey, Michael. Arthritis is bothering me. Can you do the turning of the pages? Here, we're going to come down. We're going to come down here. Okay. So, in honor of my best friend, who absolutely loves 100% Halloween, hands down, no other holidays. It's her favorite holiday. Her name is Barbara, and you'll hear more about her later on in the service. We're going to do a holiday book, a Halloween book. So, this is called Mary McScary, and it is by R.L. Stein, with illustrations from Mark Brown. Meet Mary McScary. She likes to be scary. She doesn't shout boo, she shouts boo! Beware of Mary McScary. Mary scares her dad at breakfast. Mary scares her mom at lunch. Is Mary scary at dinner? You betcha. Beware of Mary McScary. Mary McScary has fun scaring dogs. She likes to scare goldfish, too. Mary's so scary, she can scare a balloon. Beware of Mary McScary. Mary can scare just about everyone except Harry McScary. Harry is Mary McScary's cousin. Harry does not find Mary McScary very scary. He does not think that she is scary at all. Today is the day I will finally scare Harry. I can't wait to make him scream. Mary gets ready. She puts on her scariest, hairiest costume. She opens the door with a roar. But Harry's not scared of Mary. Mary McScary tries again. Maybe giant spiders will scare Harry. Look out! Giant spiders! Aw, I love spiders. So cute and cuddly. I'll show you something scary, Harry. Watch out! Gorilla! Wow, then ferocious gorilla. Whee! Says Harry McScary. Mary McScary knew this just would not do. I know, slippery, slimy snakes for Harry. Now that's scary. You guys give the best hug, says Harry. I'll get you, Harry. Don't try this at home, kids. I'm being eaten by a giant hungry hippo. Help! Coochie, coochie, coo. I could tickle a hippo all day, says Harry. I give up. But wait, there's only one thing left to do. You win, Harry McScary. Nothing scares you. She turns to kiss him. Ew! He says as he runs out the door. I told you I was scary. Beware of Mary McScary. The end. So now we're going to do our covenant together. You will find that in your order of service. Love is the spirit of this church, and service its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek truth and love, and to help one another.
This is the time in the service where we acknowledge and share our abundance. Every week in our church, we take up an offering. It's good to remind ourselves from time to time that the offering is symbolic as well as practical. We pass the plate during our worship service to make a community expression of thanks for the blessing of abundance, to visibly bring in the harvest at this most cherished hour of our week. Our offering says that the act of giving is as essential to our spiritual well-being as anything else we do here on Sunday mornings. This week, our offering goes to the Minister's Discretionary Fund. The Minister's Discretionary Fund exists so that the minister can respond to requests for financial assistance from individuals, families, and/or groups in need both within and outside of the congregation. It is also, at times, used for the purpose of supporting UUYO's ministry. Our church is supported by pledge income from members and friends like you. If you wish to make an offering to us, please indicate on your check or envelope that it is for UUYO. Thank you for your generous spirit. We will now receive the offering that supports the life of Youngstown, the Mahoning Valley, and our wider world.
I think it's going to get really noisy over the next couple of weeks, so I've decided that we're going to do a 3-minute silent meditation. We're all going to need it, and it helps me to practice. So the silence will end when I ring the bell.
Our responsive reading today can be found on the inside of your order of service on the front page. I'm going to read it through clearly one time first for those on Zoom, and then we'll do the second time together. I will read what is in bold, and you will read the standard text. Spirit of love, we pray for all your people, for people who are blind and cannot see, and for those who can see but are blind to the people around them. Spirit, in your mercy, help us touch each other. For people who move slowly because of accident, illness, or disability, and for those who move too fast to be aware of the world in which they live. Spirit, in your mercy, help us work together. For people who are deaf and cannot hear, and for those who hear but ignore the cries of others. Spirit, in your mercy, help us respond to each other. For people who learn slowly, for people who learn in different ways, and for people who learn quickly and easily but often choose ignorance. Spirit, in your mercy, help us grow in your wisdom. For people who have chronic illnesses, for which there is no known cure or relief, and for people who live in unholy fear of developing chronic illness. Spirit, in your mercy, help us and heal us. Now together. Spirit of love, we pray for all your people, for people who are blind and cannot see, and for those who see but are blind to people around them. Spirit, in your mercy, help us touch each other, for people who move slowly because of accident, illness, or disability, and for those who move too fast to be aware of the world in which they live. Spirit, in your mercy, help us work together. For people who are deaf and cannot hear, and for those who can hear but ignore the cries of others. Spirit, in your mercy, help us respond to each other. For people who learn slowly, for people who learn in different ways, and for people who learn quickly and easily but often choose ignorance. Spirit, in your mercy, help us grow in your wisdom. for people who have chronic illnesses for which there is no known cure or relief, and for people who live in unholy fear of developing chronic illness. Spirit, in your mercy, help us and heal us.
In order for you to understand why I'm telling you to be like Dumbledore, it's necessary for those of you who don't know to know who Dumbledore is. Albus Percival Wulfric Brian Dumbledore is a fictional character in the Harry Potter series of novels by J.K. Rowling. Dumbledore was headmaster of Hogwarts and the founder of the Order of the Phoenix, an organization dedicated to defeating the evil Lord Voldemort. He upheld morals and righteousness above all. Dumbledore was also mentor to the young wizard Harry Potter from the beginning when Harry was orphaned following the death of his parents. My best friend Barbara is also a mentor. Back at the UUYO Church of Tucson in Arizona, where I was the religious education director, I began a program called Special Friends. This program involved pairing an adult in the congregation with a child in the congregation. Identities were kept secret for about 6 weeks as child and adult left small gifts, notes, trinkets, treats, and such in a bag for each other. After the 6 weeks, on a Sunday, there was a reveal party. Children and adults were very excited to meet one another and to have lunch together. My son, who was about 11 years old at the time, was in the program and was randomly paired with Barbara, who I did not even know at the time because she was an adult, and at that time I didn't even know the adults of the congregation unless they had children. So at that time my son was quite frail looking, tall, very skinny, pale. He was also very quiet. It turns out that Barbara was also tall, but she was very strong. She was quiet and a little shy, just like Jimmy, though. However, when I came over to see how they were getting along that day, I heard them talking and laughing together. They became fast friends. Barbara was into photography and horticulture, and Jimmy liked those things too. Barbara had children, one that was Jimmy's age. It seemed that no matter what Jimmy talked about, Barbara either knew about it or was interested in finding out. In becoming Jimmy's friend, Barbara also became mine. We began to go to lunch or dinner together. We went to the book opening and Harry Potter book signing at a Barnes & Noble's at midnight one night. We also took walks, went to the botanical gardens and the Desert Museum, which is a museum with real animals, and we sometimes just hung out. Barbara wanted to know everything about me, and so I obliged, but she still doesn't know everything. Barbara was and is my mentor. A mentor is someone who is experienced, and they share their knowledge, insights, and expertise to help their mentees achieve their goals, navigate challenges, and advance in their careers. The mentor-mentee relationship is typically characterized by mutual respect, trust, and open communication. I am here with you today because of Barbara. At about age 40, I decided I wanted a high school diploma. For reasons not in my control, I had only made it to the 9th grade. Of course, this was after my many conversations with my friend who kept pushing, nagging me to just go ahead and take the stupid test already, damn it. I had been studying for about a year and was very scared to go take it, fearing failure, especially in the math category. One day, Barbara called and told me that her and her husband Chuck were going to pick me up from work and take me to dinner at my favorite restaurant. When they showed up, Chuck opened the back door of the car for me, and after he got in the back with me, which was really weird, Barbara locked the doors. She then proceeded to take me not to dinner, but to the GED testing center. After much protest, I did finally get out and go take the damn test. I passed 100% or 99% on everything except for the math, but I still passed that too. And then we had a party, and at my party, my best friend said, "So, when are you going to register for college?" And she didn't say it quietly either. She's so pushy. So I did. And she was always there for me, all the way through, especially with the math, which she was a whiz at. I never graduated because of the algebra, but not even the professors could get me through that after 5 years of failing it. Barbara loved hearing my stories. Dumbledore advises, words, in my not so humble opinion, are our most inexhaustible source of magic, capable of both inflicting injury and remedying it. Barbara has always wanted me to write a book. She laughs a lot when we are together or talking on the phone. We share a love for Josh Groban. She bought us concert tickets once when he was performing in Tucson. And when I was chosen to go meet Josh Groban backstage and was able to bring my friends, it made her so happy that her cheeks turned red. Barbara has been there for me always. She even picked up one of my kids from jail while I was away on a youth con trip. She was there for every hospital stay, every emotional move I had to make because of my work. She was there with my husband, Albert, from his Alzheimer's diagnosis to his death. She visited him with me after we placed him in a facility. She took pictures that I still treasure. And even though she was not present, she was there for his memorial service, talking with me and advising me on the phone. She has been there in the darkest of times when my memories would wash over me and bring me down. She would always pull me back up. Dumbledore says, does not do well to dwell on dreams and forget to live. She knows most of my life story and has always wondered why I am so happy most of the time, even though I would often say, life sucks, then you die. Dumbledore says, happiness can be found even in the darkest of times if one only remembers to turn on the light. Barbara has been my light. Barbara and Jimmy are still friends. They text one another often about many things, including pictures of plants and trees in which Jimmy will ask, "What's this one?" Barbara is my rock, my cheerleader, my guide. She has celebrated every victory, no matter how small, and lifted me up in times of struggle. Even when distance has separated us, her influence remains strong. For 25 incredible years, Barbara has been a constant in my life, a testament to the transformative power of mentorship. You can be a mentor too. Be like Barbara, be like Dumbledore. A mentor can be anyone who has guided your path. They can be any age. They can even be your friend. Take a moment to reflect on the mentors who have shaped your journey and the mentees whose lives you've touched. And when we go downstairs for coffee hour, find someone to share with. Spirit of life, help us to be present with all that is our life, both our deepest sorrows and our greatest joys, so that we can truly live, engaging fully in our own life and in our community. Spirit of community, help us know how linked we are, how each one of us cares, how each one of us care and touch one another. Help us to ask for support when we are in need and offer our support to others when we are able, so that we may rest in the solace of one another's love. Spirit of love, help us to love our neighbor as we love ourselves, so that we might fully embody love and resist hatred. Spirit of resistance, help us to stick up for what is right, even when we are tired and afraid. Help us dream of the world as it should be and act to bring that world about. Help us to find hope each day. Spirit of hope, help us through this day and each day. Help us to be present for all that is our life. For all this we pray. Amen, and blessed be. So next we're going to be singing hymn number 1059, May Your Life Be As a Song. And Michael and I are going to step down here and we are going to lead you in this. The first time we will do all together, and then the next 3 times we will do as a round. I'll lead this side as number 1, which means we will go first when the round starts, okay? And Michael will lead that side. They will go second.
May
Together, we have enjoyed the warmth and beauty of stories of this flame and of this special community. As our chalice flame is extinguished this morning, we can still remember that its glow is carried with us. We can use our inner lights and this flame to kindle new sparks throughout our lives and in the world. May the spirit of peace and togetherness bless your lives.
Before our closing words, I want to mention what I'm drinking here. So this is a potion that we made last night at our Hogwarts party. And we have some left, and it does include a sugar-rimmed glass and a frog. If you would like for me to make one for you, I will be doing that downstairs. No matter how weak or frightened we may feel, we each have gifts that can make a difference in the world. In this coming week, may you do at least one thing to support the broken, to welcome the stranger, to celebrate what is worthy, to do the work of justice and love. Be strong, be connected, be like Dumbledore, who said, happiness can be found even in the darkest of times if one only remembers to turn on the light.